What's going on today? We are analyzing a malicious Word file, malicious Word document. The malicious Word document is thought to have an embedded macro. All right, the macro is thought to execute some commands on the system. We would like to know what is the behavior of this Word file, what it does, and what is was designed for. So we will conduct two kind of analysis. We will just conduct a dynamic analysis on the Word file, and then we will move on to my Kali machine to view the extracted VBA code. The first thing we would do is to open the process hacker to monitor the processes, and then I would open the process monitor to be able to see the modifications the file is doing and the processes it's launching. So let me open the process monitor. Okay, so this is the process hacker now. Okay, so when I open this, let's wait for the process monitor. This Windows is kind of slow. I'm going to just replace this version with a fully activated version, Windows 7, to be able to run the analysis in a smooth way without any delays. So let's open the Word file. Oh, this is the Word file. We have a PowerShell, as you can see. So a PowerShell has been opened, and I have, it used to be Spanish language. Let's enable the editing. Now, once you click enable the editing, you're giving the file the permissions to perform all kinds of the commands that are attached to it. So we're going to click, since we are analyzing now, it's safe to click on enable. So enable editing, enable content. As you can see, a pop-up has appeared about macros. So let's go to view macros. Where are the macros? So we cannot view the macros because the office is not activated. Nevertheless, we can view the macros with in Kali, but right now, let's go now see what happened. So this is the process is running, and as you can see here, I have a new process that has been opened, which is winword.exe, right? As you can see this process, and I have PowerShell now. I have to click properties. This is the PowerShell command, PowerShell.exe, no operation, W hidden. See, let's take that. Okay. So this is a variable called b64. In the variable b64, we store the value of the value of the payload, and then we click enter. After that, we type a comment just to decode this system of text encoding Unicode get string open parentheses system of convert from base64 string and here we put the variable name. The variable name is, or the variable that contains the payload is b64, and we close that, one and another parenthesis. It looks like we didn't get the value, so something weird about this payload. But anyway, this is the PowerShell payload. We must know how it works. Let me close that and get back to the process monitor. So see, we have process called winword.exe. If you click on properties, see the memory section. Let's see here. As you can see, it is dropping some files in the memory and the up data folder. We go to memory and click on strings. Let's say minimum length is 10. Click on OK. Let's examine the strings here. So as you can see, if we go down, first is to determining the profile of the operating system by, as you can see, first user domain, user name, user profile, the Windows directory. So it's doing some enumeration about the system, as we can see from the strings. And here it's invoking some DLLs. Go down. Also, it's setting the directory for up data in order to store files further down the road. If you go down, login user, the update, all of that is kind of enumeration about the system path. Okay, so it's taking a lot of time to examine all the strings. We're interested only to find out what is the PowerShell command designed to do. So let's understand that by monitoring the activity of the process. So as you can see, it has the registry keys. Here we have current version, internet settings. So here it's manipulating, as you can see, the internet browser settings. So it's doing some modifications on the cache. Let's go down. Current version network, location awareness. Okay, so we have here the communications now. As you can see, it's trying to connect via the protocol HTTPS to some location, local domain, on port 49456, and this is the IP address that it is connected to. So far, it's just trying to, seems like it's sending the activity of the internet by just looking at the modifications it's doing on the registry keys of the internet settings, and then it is sending that to this domain. So if we filter here, let's say operation, we would like to know the operations, the create file or create registry key. So to look for the registry keys, it is creating, recreate, add, and also we're interested in determining the network connections. So we would look for, let's see here, TCP connect, connect, add, and also UDP as well. Let's see here. So it's connecting to two addresses, as you can see, 67.27.141.126.52, and here are the registry keys it has created. As you can see, they are under the Microsoft Office winword.exe, which is the process now. As you can see, this is the process running under the file. Okay, let's see the folder back and take a look at the files it's creating. So we can create a filter here. Operation, create file. Let's cancel the registry key create, TCP connect, UDP connect, apply. So these are the files it has created. As you can see, are all under update a local low cryptonet URL cache, URL cache, URL. Go to operation. Something we are interested to find out. Um, let's go down. See the registry keys, it's enumerating. So rec enum key, add, apply. So let's see here. So all of the registry keys it is enumerating are related to Microsoft, as you can see here from the view. And we have something to do with the Windows Net Current version, network location awareness. That's it. Let's get back now to the trying to resolve the command and control it's connecting to. So if you go to operation, um, and then go to UDP connect, cancel the create file, cancel the enumeration, and apply. So right now it's not connecting to anything. Let's put TCP connect. TCP receive, and TCP send. Let's add also the UDP accept, connect, and receive. So UDP receive from, okay, connect to 52114 on HTTPS, TCP receive from the same address as you can see here. TCP send, TCP receive from the same address. So if we resolve this address, let's go to, well, let's take this address, properties, and go to, let's see if we can run who's on this. So Microsoft. Okay. So this seems to be a non-malicious address, right? It belongs to Microsoft Corporation. So we will rule this out. See if we have other addresses. So we have another 193 properties. Let's take a look at that. So this one, Edgecast, country EU, not aware what is that, but person, Derek Sawyer, name description. Let's take a look at this. What is that? You want to understand why the process is making these calls. So this seems to be an indication of compromise. Let's take a look at that. No interesting strings for this IP address. Let's get back. It seems to be the same IP address we are interested in. So 215.73. No, it's not the same. So let's run a query on VirusTotal on this IP address. Search. CDN. It doesn't look malicious, but let me get back. See if we have other addresses. Let me take this one. Although it belongs to Microsoft, but I'm still interested to find out why the process is communicating with Microsoft. I mean, what is the reason? Get back, search. 10 detected files communicating with this IP address. But all clean, right? Okay. So the first indication of compromise we would list is um, the first indication of compromise. If we get the filter back to displaying, let's see here, the operation. If you cancel the UDP connect, they all seem to be fine as far as the if you are concerned about if the process is doing some malicious work like keylogging, spyware. It's not doing that, but we would like to know what exactly it's doing. So we get back to create registry key, break create, add, and also we'd like to view the registry keys loaded. Okay, apply. So the registry keys that have been created are these ones. So this could be the indication of compromise. If you are investigating that, I would delete these registry keys. If you are infected with this kind of adware, I would call it an adware because it's manipulating the internet settings of the browsers. So I'll call it adware. Okay, let's take a look more at the files again. Operation, create file. Let's see what we can add as well. Okay, write file, apply. So these are the files that it has created on the system, and most of them lie in the updated local low. As you can see, cryptnet URL cache content. But what is the purpose of writing these files to this directory? Let's take a look. Let's ask Google about this. Cryptnet URL cache content. So it's a folder associated with the storage of information or files that are automatically acquired from the internet. Cryptnet cache can be found in the computer development directory. Let's see more details. Are part of internet cache. They are created when you visit a website. Then the next time you visit that website, the resources in that folder are loaded in the browser. And only the changes to the web page since you last visited the page are downloaded from the internet. That makes it seem like the web page is loading faster. So as said earlier, guys, this is the behavior of an adware. So whenever you visit a page, the advertisements that the creator of this let me call it the file, the ad would look or would pop up in your browser every time you visit the website. That's why it's storing these in the cryptnet URL cache. And also, if you go to filter and just go to operation, and here we would add as well. See if it is starting a service. And let's remove these calls. Okay, it doesn't start any service. Right, let's see authorite operations. No. Let's remove that. Command line. Let's see if it is manipulating something with Google Chrome. No. Update local. All right, let's not see this one. Let's go down. Contains. Let's see if it is creating something in the system32. Nothing. Okay. Let's take a look at up data. Okay. So also it is reading the existing cache on the compute on the internet settings. The path contains user. And okay. So let's check these out. Query value. Okay. Let's go down. Operation is create file, add. Okay. So it is creating files in update roaming. All of these, we got to the point of what is doing with these files. Now let's go down. We have in documents and in Microsoft Office. Oh, I think it's simple, right? There is nothing very vague about this. It's just creating files, dropping files to control the internet cache. As you can see here, we have a file. We have files created in the temporary internet files, Internet Explorer 5. All of these are designed to just poison the cache of your browser. So it's safe to say that this is an adware. So how to remove this file? How to remove the implications of this file? All we have to do is to just filter, as we did earlier, filter all the registry keys, filter all of the files created, and remove them manually. Now, if you go to my Kali machine, in my Kali machine, we would view exactly the macro code that is doing all of that. So if we go to my, okay, so here, I used two tools actually. One was Only Tools, and the other one is Viper Monkey. So with Only Tools, I got this output, as you can see, and this is the subroutine, the main subroutine of the Word file. So it is dropping a file called main.hta. Let's see if we can take this file or find it in Windows 7. So if you close here and go to Process Monitor, filter, path, contains main Let's check if we actually have this file, or this file is actually has been created on the system. So if we go to computer, users, public, so it doesn't exist now. Okay, so mainly, if you go back, so this is the main HTA. When you see HTA, there's a way to embed code in Microsoft documents, especially macros. So basically, the main HTA is the first indicator of compromise. And then if you go down, you will see here the PowerShell. As you can see, the PowerShell code that is executed. And we saw the behavior of the PowerShell code. Actually, it is only creating files and registry keys to control the internet cache. And here, this is the functions used by the macro. As you can see, create text file, the shell, and this is the indicator of compromise. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. So that was about this file. It's only an adware that is controlling the internet cache. So as I said earlier, if you want to remove this one, just filter the created files, filter the registry keys, and remove them. And don't forget that when you open a Word file, don't enable the content unless you trust the source. That was about today. See you in the next video.